the same time, just because you don't have that workhorse and McDowell, you lost Die, a couple of them coming back?
Well, I mean, they're all, you know, they're really, we're in probably as good a shape as we've been in a long time at running back from a health standpoint. You know, Zach is doing good, DJ's doing good, CJ Davidson is fine, Wayne Gallman is fine. We just got Kurt Fleming in here. I don't know anything. He's the wild card. I'm anxious to see him. He's a 235-pound brick house. It was an 8th-round draft pick by the Braves for center field. So I don't know until he hadn't played football in 4 years. We'll see where he is. And then we got Adam Choice coming in here, and we're going to get Taquan Die back. So we got a lot of guys. C.J. Fuller is another guy that we signed. So I think we got plenty of guys at that position, and we'll be more than capable of playing at a high level for us.
What is the timetable on Die?
Well, you know, they feel like he's going to be back for the fall. You know, and I, like I said, I'm no doctor. I just listen to what they say, and you know, certainly not going to rush him back or anything like that when he's ready to come back. But they feel really good about you know, his the surgery. They feel really good about you know, his return. You know, this season. And when is that? I don't know. Is it the Georgia game? Is it middle of the season? I have no idea. I don't know that anybody knows that. I think that just kind of depends on you know, each individual. But I will tell you this: Taquan is focused and eager. Was looking great. Was really looking great in our drills. You know, he's been through the back thing from last fall and was looking good with that, and he had his ankle cleaned up, and this is actually was his good leg over on the good side. So hate it, but that's part of it. There's been a lot of great players that have come back from Achilles and knees and on and on and on. So you know, a lot of people don't know Sammy Watkins tore his ACL. And you know, so there's a lot of guys. It wasn't his Achilles, but you know, a lot of players nowadays come back from these injuries, ACLs, Achilles, and so forth. And you know, Taquan's got nothing but time on his side. So when he's back, he'll be in there, and I don't have any doubt he'll be a great player for us.
Coach, going back to the offensive line with the suspensions in mind, is that why you were making some of the moves with McClain to guard or Babel to tackle? I mean, or Kalen Davis to tackle? And if so, what side would Kalen play? Would he stay on the left or move to right? No.
The suspension has nothing to do with that. You know, Mac is a guy that we really felt like he deserves a chance to be the guy, and he is really. You talk about a fully committed guy that has worked really hard, and you know, David Beasley is a guy that obviously can win for us. I mean, we think the world of David as a player. He's got a ton of talent, has won a bunch of games for us, but we got to refocus him a little bit, and you know, he's going to have to earn that. If he's the best player, he'll go earn it. But regardless of the suspension, you know, he wouldn't have been first team going into spring ball. I can tell you that. So I'm excited to give Mac a chance, but he knows that he's got to be able to, you know, slide out and play tackle. And that's the thing I do like about the guys. I think we got some flexibility because we got some experience and some guys that are smart and they understand what we're doing. And Matt gives us some flexibility there. Shaq Anthony's another one that is going to play right tackle and left tackle for us. He's got to give us that flexibility. You know, Joe Gore, you know, this is a huge spring for him. Same thing for Maverick, you know, just seeing where he is. But we actually worked Kalen at some tackle back during the season. And, you know, the big thing with Kalen, and I really like where he is physically right now. He's changing his body composition as far as his muscle mass and all that. I really like where he is. He can move his feet. He's a big, strong man, and he will play right guard and right tackle for us. I don't see Kalen playing left tackle. But he definitely will be comfortable sliding out there at right tackle as well. So, you know, we got guys and we got answers, but working that this spring is going to be a critical part of the equation for us coming out of spring ball and feeling good about, you know, 4, 5, 6 guys that can win for us at tackle. But yeah, you know, Shaq being out for the first game. It's even more critical in that game. But you know, it's about the season, not one game, and so we got to come out of spring, you know, feeling like that. You know, we've got answers with Battle and Shaq and Joe and Mac and Kalen and whoever else it is that can slide out there and play tackle for us.
Is there going to be a little bit of a culture change? Chad's been saying he wants the smash mouth spread, but it's hard to do that with Sammy Watkins, Taj Boyd, Nuke Hopkins. Now seems to be the time to maybe implement that. Is that fair to say?
Well, I mean, I just think you can look at us. This year we were a little different in that you're going to go where your playmakers are. And Hot Rod did a great job for us. Went over 1,000 yards and had a great yards per carry average and all that stuff. He's not chopped liver, but he's not a first-round draft pick. Sammy Watkins is pretty special, and he was a veteran guy. And so we Martavis with his emergence, and of course all the other guys that we've had. So Taj Boyd at quarterback, a guy that's a 3-year starter. We played to our strengths a little bit more. We really would like to be a little more balanced, like we were the year before when we had Andre Ellington in here. So I think that you will definitely see us develop as we go. Right now, I don't have the answer to that. I know what we want to do, but until I see it this spring and I see guys emerge like I think they will, and seize the moment, it's hard to answer that. But I can tell you this: we're going to do what we got to do to give ourselves the best chance to win, whether it's throwing it, running the option, whatever it is. We've got the ability and flexibility within our system to do whatever it is. But I hope that we will be a much better running football team consistently than we were last year. We were good at times, really good, but I'd love to see us be much more consistent in that department.
How much does that depend on
who your quarterback is when you look at that?
I don't think it depends as much on that as it does our backfield and the guys up front. I think all three of those guys that are stepping in there day one can operate our system and can do exactly what we need to do in the running game. Obviously, we're a zone read type football team. We're going to always involve our quarterback in the run game. That's how we recruit. That's what we do. That's not going to change. So all these guys have done that and can do that. So it doesn't have anything to do with who's in the backfield or who's up front. That's the bigger issue.
The newcomers at wide receiver, which specific positions do you see those guys fitting in at to start off with?
Well, we'll move them around. We feel good about Mike Williams coming back at our 9-man spot. Hopper and G-Hop are kind of cross-trained at our 2 and 5 man position. We'll start out with Kit. Priester over at the 9-man. Kit will be at the 5-man. But Kit's a guy, and Priester. Kit's going to be a 5 and a 9. But you got for those young guys, you got to teach them one thing first, and then you kind of grow from there. But Kit he'll start out at the 5, with Hopper, and Adam and Artavis will be over at our 2 spot, and then our 9-man going into it will be Mike Williams and Kyron Priester. But again, Kyron and Kit, I think are interchangeable. Artavis and Adam and Hopper, those guys will all cross-train at the 2 and the 5 position as they, Artavis will be a guy that will start him out at 2, but as he goes through his career, he'll be in different spots.
When Travion gets here, he'll probably be at 9-5.
Exactly. Travion's a 9-man, 5-man. That's what he is. I don't really see him as a 2. And then Sharon Peak. Sharon Peak can play anywhere, and he has played everywhere. He's a guy that could be a great 2. He's played a lot of 5. He's played a lot of 9. So he's the guy that will kind of be the final piece once we get him back in the fall. So we got good personnel there, really good personnel. We got to coach them. It's a blessing to be able to have three of these guys here now. And Kyron and Kit and Tay, to have those 3 here to get them this spring ball and all the reps and all the training. So when they go into the summer, it makes more sense to them. They will be so much more prepared by the time we start camp in August. So I think we got a good group there, really good group. Just got to coach them up.
What kind of plan do you have for a guy like that who can plays so many different things for you on defense. What do you?
Curse?
Yeah.
Just trying to make him a great safety. That's all he needs to worry about. He needs to worry about becoming a great safety for us. You know, we probably keep him a little bit, maybe more to the field. I'm going to look at that this spring, as far as you know, as opposed to in the boundary. You know, but you know, other than that, he just needs to be a great safety. That's all he needs to be worried about. And I think he's got a chance to be a great. You know, everybody looks at his body type, and you know, sure, he could be a lot of things, but we need him to be a great safety for this team, and he's done some great things, and I think he will be. I think he's going to be special.
You go about replacing both cornerbacks, and you got all these young guys and a lot of freshmen from last year. How do you see that shaking out? Well,
I'm excited about it because we redshirted 4 corners. And, you know, obviously that was not a huge need in this year's recruiting class. We only signed 1 guy, and it was a safety. So that should send a pretty strong message that we really like the guys we have. And, you know, we will go recruit some in this next coming class. But I love these guys that we got at corner. They're athletic. We got some length. We got guys that can run. We got guys that are really, really tough-minded and competitive. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch that group emerge. You got 2 veteran guys back in Gary and Martin. Obviously, Martin's out this spring, but those 2 seniors will set the tempo for that group. You know, Gary's had a good off season, good spring. At this point, he's not going to be with us in that opener, but he's I think got a chance to be a really good player this year. I think he's got all the tools, and he just seems like he's putting it together from a playing standpoint. And then I think all of us know what Martin Jenkins to do when he's healthy, what he can do when he's healthy. So, but Martin's over there watching. He's actually going to be kind of coaching a little bit and helping these guys. But Mackenzie Alexander, man, he is special. I mean, he looks tremendous. It's been really good to see him bouncing around without being hindered, if you will, and being pain-free and feeling good. And I've probably watched him as close as I have anybody going through this off-season, and watching him in the mat drills. He's ready to go compete. So, you know, hopefully he's kind of through his injury bug and have a great spring. Cordray played for us this past year, got some experience. A big-bodied guy that can play corner, like a Breland, like a Maxwell. You know, he's one of those type of guys and can run. So, you know, he's more of a boundary type of a guy. You know, Ryan Carter's another young player that we're excited about. He's you know, coming off of a red shirt. Adrian Baker. Adrian probably would have played for us last year had he not got hurt in camp. But his body's changing. He's really taking advantage of this off season and put on some good weight and some muscle.